Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sisko and Mike. This is Sisko.
And this is Mike. And today on the show, we got a very special guest. He's a fellow veteran. He's a comedian. He's also a musician. Can't even say that shit right. Do you act as well, right?
Yeah.
He's an actor, and he's also an activist for mental health issues and other stuff that he's going to talk about. So welcome to the show. His name is Richard Salas, but he goes by Dick Salas.
That's right. Yeah.
And you have a saying, right? You say you can never have too much dick or in your life, or what is it?
I think everybody loves dick. Honestly, everybody does. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight. Think about it, dude. Everybody loves dick. You love your dick, I'm sure.
Of course.
Right? You love your dick, so you can say, I love dick. It may not be other people's dick, but you still love dick. You know what I mean? So we all do. I love my dick,
So welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Seriously, it's a great place.
Oh, thanks, man.
Appreciate it,
It's a
man.
work in progress, but we're getting there. We're getting
It's
there.
all Cisco. Cisco, put this shit down.
Are you a personal designer? Because it kind of looks like you.
Right,
got
I should,
the
right?
touch, just saying.
Interior designer, that's my next profession, side hustle. So
You
hit me
should
up.
be like straight eye for the queer guy. You know what I mean? In reverse.
But today, Cisco, we have a. What are we going to start off with? I know we have a lot of things we were talking about prior to the show
Well, I know we
starting.
just went on a rant right now. And I
know.
feel like,
We went
but-
on like 12. So.
yeah. No, but actually, you're a local guy as well, man. And we've talked about this. For some reason, things have worked out where most of our guests are within this area.
That's awesome.
And it's crazy, So I know you mentioned you're from Pomona, right?
Yeah, I live there currently.
So nice. And then you went to East LA, or you were raised in East LA?
So
or
I
you
was
just...
born and raised in East LA.
Okay.
Most of my life, like I was born in White Memorial Hospital, Boyle Heights area. Lived on Chicago and Brooklyn before it was. Now it's Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez, yeah.
Yeah, man. I still remember when it was Brooklyn. Let's see what else. Then I moved right behind Hollenbach. Lived there for a couple years.
Hollenbach burritos, bro. You been a Manny's Tepeyac? Who hasn't?
Come on, man.
You can't be from the.
You
not
can't
fucking
be from
go.
the hood and not have gone there.
For
And it's not just like El Tepeyac. There's other spots that a lot of
Yeah,
people don't
yeah,
know
most
about. You know,
definitely.
like Cerros. I don't know if you guys know about
I've never been
Cerros.
there.
Cerros is the shit, dude. If you haven't been to Cerros, that's some good ass food. If you've what's the other good spot out there? The original King Taco where they just had the shooting
Okay, yeah, right in the corner.
right there. Yeah,
That's not the one off the freeway, right?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, it's still on the free?
yeah, off the 710.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's the best one,
Yeah, we've been there when we used to go clubbing downtown.
right? Whenever you're drunk and you
Yep.
you're 2 in the morning.
There was a shooting there?
Yeah, just,
Fucking cops are always posted up there eating and shit.
Dude, it was literally like it was during the day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
the
like
fuck?
there was a video of it. I guess I don't know.
Gang related or?
It was cops. The cops were getting shot at. It was like a full shootout.
Oh,
like,
no,
dude,
I heard about this. Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
like if you watch the video, it sounded like a full gunfight, dog. Like,
Yeah.
like both sides were just going at it, and fools were recording. Oh, check that shit out.
Yeah, I heard about that shit. And
Literally.
they caught the weapons, but not the suspects, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw
Dinner
that
and a show?
Huh?
Dinner and a show?
With lunch in the show, I guess, because
That's crazy, though, because I don't want to come back to this again. We talk about this all the time. I'm sure you guys have your opinions and you guys, your own, what you want to think about it. But again, yesterday, another shooting.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? They're a daily thing now. It's the cops or whoever the fuck it is. And it's like,
Well,
when do we stop this shit?
here's how I see it. All right, it's not that this is a new thing. It's just think about how much information now is being thrown at us on a daily.
Yeah.
Shootings have been happening forever.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you took away guns, we'd be stabbing each other.
That's true.
Before guns existed, knives were the thing.
Yeah.
And think about that. We found some insane, crazy ways to kill each other and torture each other. We would tie people up with ropes and have horses go in different directions.
That's true.
You're telling me that if we took away guns, violence is going to go away? No, it's just going to be more brutal.
But-
That's all that's going to happen.
We as humans are violent in nature.
We are. We're 100% violent, selfish creatures by nature.
Yeah.
It is something that we have to learn. We have to learn to be selfless and not selfish. Just like it's not the gun's fault that's killing people. If we had a gun, this room could be full of guns right now. Just all over the place. And we would be 100% safe. They could be fully loaded and we would all be 100% safe unless one of us decided to pick it up and start using it.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing with the knife, a tank, a missile,
Even a bottle or whatever.
Dude, yeah, like
Anything that could.
I can kill you with this.
Yeah.
Technically, anything's a weapon, yeah. Consider
I'm just
a weapon.
saying. Well, in a Marine's hand, it really is. I can legitimately kill you with a lighter. That is not a joke. That's right, dog. That's not a joke. 100% true. Anything can be a weapon. I don't even need a weapon. My fists are weapons. My elbows. You know what I'm saying? This mic can be a weapon. You know, it just, anything can be a weapon. Your words are weapons. And those do a lot more damage sometimes than physical things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could die 1,000 deaths before you actually die a real one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's all perspective based.
Yeah, I just think limiting the accessibility to certain people, because
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
like
but
you
again,
said-
you're talking about guns, but he just said it. Like, it honestly, bro, it's like we just are our violent nature
Yeah.
starting to come out more.
But-
I know COVID had a thing
that's true.
to do with it because we were all caged.
It's like we became animals again, right?
But it's like, what the fuck, dog? Every week, like every day. As a matter of fact, the stabbing.
Yeah.
There was a stabbing in Baldwin Park.
Yeah.
Just like 5 days ago, bro.
Well-
There was a hit and run.
Yeah.
And some dude chased the guy that fucking he hit 2 teenagers that were coming from the high school, and he hit them and he took off, and some dude chased him because he was like, wait, what the fuck, like hit and run. He crashes again. He gets off. The guy stabs the guy that pursued him
Oh,
to
fuck.
death.
Oh, fuck.
So it's like, what the fuck, like what? It's here, bro. This is the weapon.
Yeah.
This is the weapon.
And how do you change that? How do you know what I'm saying? How do you limit? See, and this is, I don't have an issue with talking about anything.
Yeah.
You want to talk about gun control? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about abortion? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about whatever the fuck it is? You want to talk about fucking the color blue? Let's fucking talk about it. But let's just talk about it. And
Exactly.
Let's hear what's actually being said.
Yeah.
You know, and don't. What I hate when people talk and say, "Oh, I've talked to the sides." It's like, no. What you're doing is you're just trying to get your point across. You're not trying to hear what they're trying to say. When you're talking with people, communication is this. Let's say we all had different opinions on Bruce Lee, all right? Because I just saw him back there, so I'm a big Bruce fan.
Me too.
Let's say you're about Jet Li, you're about Jackie Chan, I'm about Bruce Lee. Let's just say that, all right? For the sake of this argument. We're going back and forth. And no matter what, nothing will progress unless we all agree to listen to what we're all actually saying and present the strongest side of what you're saying. And we agree. So for instance, you're like, you know, Jet Li is the best because of fucking, I don't know, Crouching Tiger or whatever fucking movie he came out in. And that's why he's the fucking best. No, the one. That's why, because he's the one, right? And we're like, okay, so you're saying Jet Li's the best because of the movie The One, because it was like the best movie in your opinion, right? That's what you're saying. You're like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Okay, cool. Here's why it's not the best. I got you to agree with what you said in the strongest way that it was, what you actually said, and now you're open. Because you're like, yeah, that's actually what I said. Versus, hold on, that's not what I said. You're just picking and choosing my words. Now you're on the defensive and you're not open to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Too many of us listen to, we're trying to hear for what's wrong. We go into conversations with negative mindsets. We're trying to hear, okay,
Or defensive mindset.
defensive mindset, exactly. Either one. And you're trying to hear not what's being said, but what they're saying wrong or incorrectly or what doesn't agree with your philosophy or whatever it is. I think the opposite should be where you listen genuinely to what the person says, whether you agree with it or not. Take the time to consider, why do they believe what the fuck it is they believe? Are they right? Are they wrong?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, could I be wrong? It's yes, you can. It's very fucking possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not perfect. None of us are.
But I think a lot of people have a hard time admitting that they're wrong.
Yeah, and I think that's
Or
the
it's like, oh shit, like I don't want to be wrong.
But you know what also is
Pride.
also misinformation too.
Yeah.
We're being fed fake information, which makes us think we know the true facts, or you know, the aspects, or pushing our agenda, or like, you know, pushing Jackie Chan. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the big issue I think that's going on. And
that's a lot of it too, and I think a lot of it is self-entitlement nowadays. Is, you know, America's land of the free, home of the brats.
Yeah.
Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we brag about our freedoms, we take advantage of them to the utmost extent, and yet at the same time we complain about them, and we almost wish them away to the utmost extent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
We're the biggest hypocrites to ourselves.
Yeah.
And yet we're not. There's a difference, and I think everybody's a hypocrite to an extent. But I think there's a difference between being a willing hypocrite and an unwilling hypocrite. The willing hypocrite knows and accepts that he's gonna fuck up and does nothing to change, and that's just the way I am. It is what it is. I fucking hate that saying. The unwilling hypocrite is someone that says, yeah, I know I'm a fuck up. I'm not trying to be, though. I'm trying to be better. I'm not trying to fuck up this way, but I really am trying, so maybe you could help me a little. You see the difference in the perspectives in here?
Yeah, most definitely.
One of them is going to get you further, or the other one is going to get you in circles.
You know what? I think you could push that even further because I feel like some people are so naive that they don't even realize it.
Oh, Jesus.
Like you said, oh, that's just the way I am. But some people don't even know that. Some people are just ignorant to that or naive to the fact that they're a hypocrite.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with, so people are caught up in themselves. They are the center of their own worlds. If it has nothing to do with them, they don't give a fuck. Yeah. And to an extent, you're right. To an extent. But to an even greater extent, you're absolutely wrong. Yeah. Because everything that you do affects literally everyone around you.
Yeah. You know the biggest experiment with that? COVID.
Agreed.
COVID was the biggest experiment to show how selfish we are. Yeah. So
I honestly believe people undermine themselves in God, I can't even describe just the capacity of how much we undermine ourselves. Like recently, the last couple of years, I've been going through self-analyzation and a lot of therapy I've been doing on myself, a lot of work, and I went to this crazy point about a year ago where I got to a level where I was asking myself why. And I mean, not just why I am the way I mean, like, why do I believe what I believe? What is it that I believe? Do I really believe this? What am I holding on to that's actually me, and what am I holding on to that someone just put in my mind? And I'm just parodying. And it was interesting because it opened my mind up in a way where I realized that literally every single action that I've ever done, will ever do, and am currently doing now, not just affects the people around me, my community, my state, my country, but it literally affects the world. And it's like, when I tell people that, like, man, you sound cocky and arrogant, it's like, no, think about it. You have a legitimate effect on the world. There's that rule, have you ever heard, it's called the 6-person rule?
No.
Okay. So it's a joke, but it's also kind of true. It's everybody is separated from Kevin Bacon by 6 people. It's fucking weird. Like, it's weird, like, the way the rule works. I wish I knew it better, but basically you do the math where there's between you and Kevin Bacon, or you between anybody famous, there's only 6 people away from meeting said
I think I heard something like this. I just can't remember.
Yeah. So, but it started off with Kevin Bacon, but now it's made it to where, like, it's almost, I'm not saying this is true, but it's almost established as that, where you're 6 people away from meeting anybody you want, right?
Yeah.
So I see that as you're also 6 steps away from being who you really are, from meeting yourself.
Gotcha.
Because the first one is admitting you're wrong. And a lot of people, like you said, we would rather die than admit we're pride. Pride is the devil, man. It really is. That's why I think it's funny when you have, like, we're in Pride Month, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for saying this, but pride to me is a terrible thing. Pride is the worst thing anyone can have.
So no matter what, you're saying
there's a difference between confidence and pride. And I think people confuse the two. Like me, I'm a confident individual. I'm confident in what I do, how I carry myself. I'm confident in who I am. But I'm not prideful in it. See, pride will have you acting harder than you really are. Pride will make you do stupid shit just to save face. And it may not even be to anyone else, just to yourself. Yeah. Pride will get you killed and shot over dumb shit, over Jordans. Pride will make you pay for decades and years to come. Look at your kids. Pride controls and affects your families and friends in ways that if they only would stop and listen and admit it, that this is a pride moment. Imagine the outcomes that would be changing. Imagine those that would still be here.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Pride is a terrible thing. Yeah. Pride is the absolute worst thing you can have.
Now, I like what you're saying, because obviously we could all apply it to our lives.
I think we all do it. We're all prideful at some point.
But I was saying, wouldn't it be more like false pride?
No, pride in general.
It's pride in general?
Just because the way I see it is this. We've already established we're selfish by nature.
Don't worry, sound guy just gives me notes.
Okay. We're already established that we're selfish by nature, right? You heard that saying, you give the devil an inch, he takes a mile. Mm-hmm. Or the way I phrase it, you give the devil an inch, she takes a mile. Because I firmly believe the devil's a woman. Sorry, ladies, but it's the truth.
God and the devil were married. Or something.
I think that's what happened. You know, that's his ex. God, sorry, God. I'm going to hell anyways. So, no, but I think that it's not just false pride. Because think about this. If you can give somebody something good, and eventually they're going to find a way to fuck it up. It's just human nature. You give us something like confidence, and that's going to turn into pride. If you already start with pride, then where does it go from there? Ego. Narcissism. Once you're a narcissist, well, that's the end of the road. Well, it's not. There's one more. Sociopath. Do you see how you're only a few steps away from becoming everything you hate?
Yeah.
But you're also just a few steps away from becoming everything that you could the best version of what you could possibly be.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro.
That's deep, huh?
I know, yeah. This is just, hey guys, this is just start the podcast.
I know, right?
We're fucking, we went from, I mean, we haven't even talked comedy. So.
We haven't even talked comedy yet.
We don't talk military. We're taking it to military shit.
Military.
But you're absolutely right, man. I completely agree with you. I think
Anybody?
I'm good.
I think we all at some point have that experience where we're just too prideful or to admit certain things when we're wrong.
Yeah.
And it gets to us and it affects us. Like you said, it affects our loved ones. It affects everybody around us. And I'm sure things started popping in my head when you started talking about pride, how it leads to certain things. And I'm sure everybody can relate to that.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
like you said, it's just a matter of at what point are you going to recognize it or you're just going to keep doing it?
And that's why I say confidence is the key. It's not because think about this. Even basic individual, if someone comes at us confidently about what they're talking about, excuse me, if they come at us confidently on what they're talking about, we're already more open to what they have to say.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, you're going to pay attention more.
You're going to pay attention more, right?
Just because we're not defensive.
Yeah,
because,
it's
you have
it's like
confidence.
when I walk on stage, whether I'm doing music, comedy, acting, whatever the fuck it is, talking, whatever, the first thing I have to make sure is that my posture is opening and confident. Because if it isn't, I already lost it. If I walk up there like this,
yeah.
you see what
it
happens?
better be a skid.
Right? This better be a skit. This better be like a scene or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know? Or there better be a point to this. You know, but if I come at you and I'm talking, or like it's the same thing when you're picking up on somebody, male or female, you walk up to them confidently, more often than not, they'll at least listen to you.
Yeah.
Now, whether you go home with it or not, that's on the game. You know what I'm saying? But that's on your game. That's on your skill level. But at least confidence will at least get you the door to open. If you don't have that, well, now that's when you have insecurities and you have all these other anxiety and you have all these other issues that will creep up, which could lead us into the mental health portion of things. It's just, it's I don't know. I find it fascinating, the psychological.
Sounding like Master Yoda over here.
I know,
Fear
right?
leads to anger. Anger,
It does. It really does.
anger leads to hate.
But I don't know. But even with Yoda, I have my issues with his philosophy. So
Yeah.
trust me, me and Yoda would sit down. We'd be smoking some shit together, talking. Yes, young Padawan. This is some good weed you have.
Who's the master now?
I'd be like, yeah, it is, because now you're talking straight. So, yes, I am.
So, moving on, you mentioned you were in the military.
Yeah.
United
States
in the
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, right?
Yes, sir. Raw.
Raw double dog, fellow
kill.
Marine.
Yeah. Good shit.
So I want to kind of go into we don't like to talk about our age here, but we're the same age.
Yeah.
And you didn't join the military until later in life.
I joined 24. Actually, no. 25. I just turned 25 and I went like 10 days after I did.
Okay.
I went late because, let's see. I never had the plan to go in the military in the first place. Never did. Never wanted to. It was not even a thought in my mind, like in high school. Matter of fact, I had friends that did. I had friends in the initial push of Iraq that went. I would have been with them had I enlisted at that time. But I, again, didn't want to do it. I had long hair.
Rock star phase?
Oh, dude, I was just entering my music, my rock star phase of shit. Because, all right, remember, I grew up in East LA. So I got out of all that shit. I grew up during a time where, like, you get drive-bys were a constant thing. I had, because of the people I was related to and the choices I made, I had to deal with a lot of that shit as well. So I was tired of getting shot at, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck would I want to go to Iraq and get shot at, you know? Like, or the military. I'm like, fuck that. I'm getting shot at now, dog. Let me survive this bitch, and then we'll see what happens, you know? But, no, then I started getting into music, and next thing I know, my band actually, at that time, we did pretty decently. We ended up becoming the house band for the Whiskey A Go-Go for a couple years.
Okay.
So I got to live life during that time. I got to experience, you know, the music side of Hollywood. I call those years my broke rock star years.
Man, I would have never imagined after we saw that music video.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was coming from you, man, that voice.
Oh, yeah. No,
like,
dude.
That's hardcore rock.
I thought you were, honestly, when I saw the video, and we can't show it because we don't have a fourth camera, but
Right.
fuck. I thought you were doing a parody. I was like, okay, he's a comedian.
No, that's all me.
I know, yeah. It was cool. And I want to talk to you about that video because...
Perfect.
And we'll talk about it after you continue.
Yeah. There's a few
lot
more
of symbolism
videos
in there.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of more videos in there that I have as well. Like, there's one I found of the band I'm talking about, when I had long hair.
Gotcha.
I just found it recently, a couple days on YouTube. Somebody sent it to me, like, hey, is this you? And I was like, holy fuck, it is. Like, Jesus, this is when I had hair. You know, this is pre-Marine Corps days.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But what ended up happening, we ended up breaking up after a couple of years.
like every band?
Like every band. And it was Pride that did it, actually. Looking back, that's literally what happened. I only talk to one of the guys now. He's a Navy vet. He's a squid. Yeah, he's the only one I talk to. The other two, I don't talk to anymore. One can fuck off, as far as I'm concerned. Openly, I'll publicly say that. The other one, I got no issues with. He just...
And what was the main issue? Just
Well,
direction?
at the time, all right, looking back now, it was Pride that ended up killing us. One, because you're Mike, I guess. He's pointing at Mike.
What?
Yeah, there you go. You need to have the dick closer.
I don't know.
He's like,
I get tempted. You know what I'm saying?
it's the Marine in him, you know. I'm telling you. But yeah, no, just looking back. Well, one, we were all in relationships. We just got in with chicks at the time, so you know we're all blah blah blah. We got pussy whipped, a bunch of us, and then each of us had our own views on what it is that we wanted to do with the band. Everybody kind of wanted to go in a different direction. Mainly, it was me and the drummer and the guitarist that were kind of all butting heads. And then we had other outside elements that were influencing us, that were in our ear. I started looking at other bigger bands that were reaching out to work with and to, you know, maybe make that transition. And everyone kind of saw the writing on the wall with each other. We hung out with each other for 5 years, literally every fucking day. Imagine being married for 5 years to 3 other people and not fucking each other. You're going to fuck each other up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's just going to happen. It has to come out. That frustration needs to come out one way or another. I'm not saying there's a sexual frustration between us, but being around somebody for that long, every fucking day, you're going to bump heads. And imagine you have 4 different personalities. You know, 2 of which are alpha males and the other 2 are betas. But one of the betas is a diva. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of the weirdest combinations. And we made it work for a long time. And we all, for the most part, kind of grew up together. Though those 3 were in a group longer before I joined. That's been the story of every band. I've always been the filling guy. I've always kind of had to work my way into the group, even with my last band that I was in. And the band after that, holy shit, yeah, man, all the bands I was in, I've had to do that. I've always been the other guy. I was the other singer. But I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And then when we broke up, it was 2005, 6, somewhere around there we broke up. And I got a job. I cut my hair. I started making good money. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I started acting. I was doing a lot of good stuff, you know. I was like starting to really kind of like, this is when MySpace was kind of still popping off. You know, you had all your MySpace friends and shit, your top 8 and all that bullshit. That was fucking stupid, right?
People don't know about that shit too much.
People are like, what the fuck is MySpace? You know?
Put the music in the background and shit on your page.
The worst one was when you call in and left a voicemail.
What the fuck?
On the comments? Remember?
Oh, shit, I didn't know
What the
that.
fuck? You could
Yeah,
do that?
yeah.
I didn't know that shit.
This guy was high-end MySpace, man. This guy was premium
Bro,
MySpace.
that's remember, you're talking about 2005, 2006. That's when I was in Japan. So the only fucking form of
You had
like,
you had the Japanese Myspace over there and shit.
No.
You had all the hookups with the hackers and shit.
They didn't have Tom as the MySpace guy over there. It was
that's how
Goku
MySpace,
and shit.
You know what I'm saying? MySpace, it was like, fuck it. And you'd be fucking talking to people back home. And then you'd be doing work and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, and go back to MySpace. That's why I got introduced to MySpace.
I got you. No, but yeah, I remember those days. It was funny. It was interesting. And then 2008 hit and the economy. Just remember the crash, the recession. Lost my job. And couldn't find one for a long time. Acting gigs were drying up. I didn't know what to do. You know, I was bored. I was like, man, I gotta figure some shit out. I had a pretty serious girlfriend at the time, you know, and I was like, man, I can't keep living like this. I didn't have a car anymore. I lost my car. I was living at home with my mom still, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I was 24 at this time. And I'm like, something's got to give. I don't know if you guys remember that old commercial where there's a dude climbing up a mountain, and he gets to the top of a mountain, and he pulls out a sword, and then he fights the dragon, and then he goes like this, and he turns into a Marine. Yeah. So I'm on the couch watching this commercial, getting high like I am now, watching this with my girlfriend at the time, right? And I remember watching this, and this is literally what happened. I'm going to act it out. I'm like right there, and I'm just like, oh, shit. But, bitch, shut up. Look. Hey, you see that shit? I want to do that. What? I want to do that. She's like, you want to fight a dragon?
That's the first thing I thought too. Like, you want to fight a dragon?
Right? I looked at her. I'm like, it's the symbolism, bitch. She wasn't high. You know what I mean? I was. You know, I got it. I got the metaphor. It's the symbolism. I want to do that. She's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to be a Marine. And she's like, why? Wait, what? Granted, I've never spoken about the military to anyone ever prior to this. The only time, there was 2 other times that before this it ever came up. One was with an old friend of mine, who I no longer talk to, and the other was with my cousin. Both of them were Marines. They were, both of them, well, my mom talked to my cousin to talk to me, you know, about the military. Me and my brother and some of my other cousins. My cousin, Israel, told me, of all my cousins, he's like, you're the only one that I would consider, like, you should join the Marine Corps. I think you can make it. I think you can do it. Everyone else is like, Army, Navy, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, you should do the Marines. I'm like, Marines? What the fuck? Why would I want to do that stupid shit? You know? Yeah. And he's like, well, you know, we're the best. I'm like, yeah, but fuck you. I don't want to get fucked that hard. I ended up getting fucked that hard, you know what I mean? So turns out I'm a gay porn star. I didn't know that. But yeah, so we ended up, and then 2009. No, I was sitting on the couch. I remember I told her that. And I said, let's go. And she's like, okay, we'll go. I meant right then and there. Yeah. Like, she's like, you mean right now? And she's like, yeah, let's go. So we got in the car. She drove me to the recruiter station in Montebello. And I smoked one more time while in the car to get myself ready to talk to the recruiter. And next thing I know, I go in there, and that was when my journey began into the Marine Corps.
So you went, you talked to the recruiter?
Yeah.
When do you leave?
So I was originally supposed to leave April 2010. Okay. I ended up leaving June 2010. Because, you know, boat spaces and all that bullshit. Boat spaces is, so when they have, recruiters have to meet a certain number of people per month. And what they'll do is if they have someone slated, let's say for April, like me.
To push them over.
They're going to try to get me, to convince me to go sooner.
Yeah. So they can meet their
quota.
Yeah, their quota.
Yeah, their quota. Because if they don't meet their quota, they get popped.
And they only open certain jobs at a time. Yeah. So like O3s always open, cooks always open, Motor T is always open. But if you wanted like a specific job and you rated it because you had to fucking place it,
which I did,
then you would have to wait till that job opens.
Because of my placement, he could pretty much put me anywhere. So he needed me.
What was your MS?
So originally I signed open contract.
See, that's the worst thing you could do.
Didn't know that. Nobody told me. And then what he told me that I was gonna get because I rated it was Intel.
Oh, they always tell you that lie, bro.
Well, I had a pretty
open contract, but then you might get Intel.
But I had the score for it. That's why.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, you're gonna get it. And originally, I come to find out that had I not got hurt in boot camp, I would have gotten it. However, because I got hurt and I went to MRP, I lost that boat space, and then they moved me to admin.
Okay, so you're 0-1. I
was my first term.
Okay.
That shit sucked.
Hey.
Fuck.
I was an 0-1.
I don't give a fuck. That shit fucking sucked. I'm speaking for us. It fucking sucked, all right? I worked at IPAC in 29 Palms.
IPAC in 29 Palms? Yes. I worked at the IPAC in Camp Pendleton.
Okay. Yeah, I dealt with you guys for a bit too, IPAC in Camp Pendleton.
I'll tell you right now, that shit was awful.
I fucking hated it.
Bro, SRVs, you couldn't fucking find them.
Oh, those are called server record books, yeah.
They fucking supposedly they put in those little tags,
the QRC codes,
where you can fucking scan them.
Yeah, the barcodes. Yeah, they don't.
Because again, it comes down to a person making sure they get put done right. And if you got a dumbass not putting the
like
QR
everything
codes,
else, they don't follow right correctly.
Exactly.
This shit don't matter. You can walk in with your wand, and it's gonna tell you you're missing records.
Yep.
So, anyways,
you can cast a spell all you want, but if you did it wrong, it ain't gonna go the way you wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? You're like Harry. You're like Harry fuck up. Not Harry Potter at that point. So
you were at 29 Palms for first duty station.
My first duty station, I was there. Man, that was a weird time. Took me a while to get there because I got hurt in boot camp, and then I had to heal up from that. And then when I finally got there, originally I got put in headquarters battalion at IPAC, and then I was gonna get faxed out to 7th MAR on their deployment. I got hit by a car, pre-deployment leave on base. Yeah, if that's
just get the worst luck on,
bro. If that's not like a sign from God that you're not supposed to deploy, I don't know what is at that point. Because it's not like he was.
Was it a good deployment?
No.
Was it Iraq?
Yeah. No, okay. it was Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
It was Afghanistan, but this was 2011.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it was not a good one actually. And then 3rd C, I was supposed to also go on 3rd CEB's deployment too, but then one of my buddies, he got the spot instead of me. The fucking monitor gave him my spot. That wasn't a good deployment either, from what I was told. But it's just one of those where there's things you wish that if you would have been there, could you have made the difference? You ask yourself that all the time.
Yeah.
But then you're like, maybe I wouldn't have, or maybe I would have made it worse. I don't fucking know. Or maybe it would have made me worse.
Yeah. Same thing I tell myself all the time.
So I accept things for what they are. But I was able to heal up from the car accident. It fucked me up pretty good. I had to get ankle surgery from it. My knees fucked up from that. My left shoulder blade, I have chipped shoulders in it still to this day.
Who hit you? Military spouse?
Civilian contractor.
That's fucking crazy.
The motherfucker, dude, check this shit out, right? So I went to go get my ID. This is how new I am, right? Because I think I lost my ID, so I went to go get my ID. I think I
so you're just brand new in the Corps.
Like I just got promoted, so I had to get my new rank, ID. And I remember I'm crossing the street. As I'm crossing the street, I see an officer. I'm a boot in the fleet. Boot is like you're fucking new, And in the military, in the Marine Corps, you have to salute, and you don't cut until they cut their salute, right?
Yeah.
So I'm crossing the street, and all of a sudden, and I'm like this, and all of a sudden, for some reason, I feel just something take me up, and the world went sideways for a few seconds.
You're still saluting though.
And I'm still saluting the whole time. And the next thing I know, I land apparently on the windshield of the car, and then I roll off of it. And then I guess, now this is what I was told that happened. I was on the ground for maybe 2 to 3 seconds before I sprang up. And the dude in the car was like, "Hey man, you all right?" And I was like, apparently I told him, "Yeah, I'm good." And he's like, "You sure?" "Yeah, I'm good." "All right, cool." And he just took the fuck off. And apparently I like stood there for a couple more seconds, and then I went back. I ended up walking right back into my shop, which was the iPack there.
Yeah.
So I sat down, I don't know, I think like 10 minutes.
So you fucking got hit.
Yeah.
You get up and you walk back to
And
work.
I walk back to work. And I sit down and I'm doing my thing again. And I think 10 minutes went by before, like, the shock and everything wears off of things. And I remember, the adrenaline. And I remember I'm there and I sit at my desk and I'm like, did I just get hit by a fucking car?
You're like, I didn't break salute, but I broke my ankle on my shoulder.
But I didn't know. So I was like, so I'm like, did that really just happen? Right? Because I ended up getting some head trauma from it too. So I go to my platoon sergeant at the time. I'm like, hey, Sergeant, I don't know how to say this, but I think I got hit by a car right now. And my sergeant, he's at his desk, and I remember they look at me like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, I don't know, but I think I got hit by a car right now. And he's like, how the fuck do you not know if you got hit by a car? And literally right when this conversation's happening, there was another Marine that came into the pack at the time, and he's like, where's the guy that got hit? He's like, where's the Marine that got hit by the car right now? He's like, you. And he points to me. He's like, I saw what happened. And that kind of confirmed the story that I got hit by a car, I guess he wanted to make sure I was okay. And then they let me drive to the Naval Hospital. Yeah? Yes, they let me drive to the Naval Hospital. That was hilarious. And then I remember I had to do the whole, fucking test bullshit and all that crap. That's me, my bad. Let me turn this shit off.
That's crazy, dog. You get hit and you don't know. But you're just in shock. Yeah,
and then, they end up finding out all this shit that I was fucked up with me and whatnot. But they said I was good. They gave you Tylenol, or I got ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen.
They told me to change my socks.
Change your socks.
Yeah, that's always the tell, because they don't want you to get what's it called, and
fucking
some type of shit that you get when you wear your boots, and
it's
has nothing to do with him getting hit.
No. Yeah, that's a joke.
That's the
like fungus or what?
No, it's like if you go see the doc, that's all they're gonna do. Give you ibuprofen, change your socks,
and if you're dehydrated, you get the silver bullet.
You know what a silver bullet is?
No.
It's a thermometer like this big.
About that big?
Stick it in your ass to make sure
in your ass. And it shoots saline all up in your booty hole. And guess what? You're going to wake the fuck up.
That's if you're overheated. If your body overheats.
And you're rehydrated as fuck.
So yeah, you don't want that food.
Yeah.
You got the silver
or
bullet?
Maybe you do. I don't know. He's got that smile on his face. I don't know. He's like, I want to try.
That's the quickest way to get medication into the body. You know that, right?
Yeah. No, it's true. Because my wife tells me about my son.
People actually. Saul was telling us. Well, Sound Guy was telling us that there's people that OD'd from putting shit in their ass like that, like drugs and all that.
And shit like that.
Oh yeah,
That's the fastest way, I guess.
I don't know. The asshole absorbs everything, I guess.
It's full of shit. That's why. It's like our mouths.
Damn. So you survived.
Yeah.
Core.
No, and then I ended up healing. So they put me on Limdu for a bit, and then Limdu is a limited duty, meaning you can't. There's you're limited to what you can do, and then I healed up from that. I was able it was either heal up or get kicked out. That's what they told me.
Gotcha.
So I was like, fuck that. I wanted to get promoted. The whole bullshit. I want to be a good Marine. So I healed up enough to where I could stay in. And I got, I ended up, I wasn't going to do a second term. I really wasn't. I wanted to get the fuck out. And I probably should have. But, my command liked me and they pushed for me to re-enlist. But I told them I didn't want to keep doing admin. I said, fuck that. If I'm going to fucking do this again, I'm not doing this in a fucking office. No, I'm a Marine, goddammit. I want to at least work with my hands at the very least. So originally I wanted crash fire rescue. Right? Okay. And my fucking bitch. The career planner in our unit was terrible. She was a nice, as far as an individual, great person.
But dumbass fuck.
But as far as her job, fucking atrocious. She fucked me over so hard and so many other Marines that she had to go before our battalion commander and explain herself on why she sucked as a career planner. And she was a staff sergeant.
Fuck that.
And she had a full staff sergeant to E6, and the battalion commander was a 05?
0405, right?
It was 05. He was a
Lieutenant Colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel, yeah. So that's a giant leap between the ranks. But a staff sergeant is a staff NCO, so they're supposed to like be on their shit. And the fact that she not only fucked me, but so many others, because of her incompetence, I didn't get that job because the boat space closed out. My second choice was a corrections officer. She didn't tell me some of the other prereqs that I needed. And by the time I was able to get to them, the boat space closed out. So my final option was mechanic, heavy equipment mechanic. And that's what I became, 1341 heavy equipment mechanic during my second term. Yeah, HE. And don't get me wrong, I love turning wrenches, I really do. That part of it was great. When I actually worked on the gear, I fucking loved it. Like to this day, I miss that part. What I hated was everything else that came with it. Oh my God, being in the heavy equipment platoon was, Jesus Christ, it was terrible. It was literally probably the worst. I remember 3 days after I enlisted.
You wish you would have stayed in adamant?
Yeah, I did. No, I wish I would have never re-enlisted, to be honest. That's how much I regretted my second.
Do you think the stigma of being a Marine and being, tough and being, like that kind of affected your mindset? And 'cause you talked about, you got hit and you're over here like, I'm going to heal up. I don't want to get kicked out.
Well, that's pride. Again, going back to the pride thing that we were talking about, as Marines, we're full of it. We're pumped with it. That's our bread.
Do you think that atmosphere, that environment is created, or is it just something
it literally is? It's created on purpose, and I understand the psychology and the need for it when you're in. Mm-hmm. That makes sense when you're in, because they're asking us to do things that the average, not even the average person who enlists in the military would be okay with doing. But you know what I'm saying?
I think, okay, so I agree with you. And I had a hard time getting out and adjusting to the civilian life. Same. Especially working with civilians, because...
To this day, I still struggle with it, man.
I'm learning to calm down, because it was also affecting me with my wife and my kids. It was like, why is that not done? Blah, 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 blah. Like, and it was the 8 years in the Corps that it was like, they teach you... like he said, you gotta do shit. Like, you can't get hurt. We'd go on humps, and I literally fucking my ankles. I rolled them plenty of times. Where it was like swollen and it hurt.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I'm still hiking. Yep. Why? Because tough it out, Marine. Tough it out, Marine. And now my fucking ankles are fucking fucked up.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of people that.
My knees are fucked up. Shit, my knee was fucked up coming up here right now.
Yeah, my ankle, my knees, my lower back.
My back, yeah.
My left shoulder, my neck. My head. I mean, I can keep going.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Both fucking sides. My hips. Fucking like, I can't even run, to be honest. Like, I could sprint, but I can't do long distance runs anymore.
The shin splints?
Bro, shin splints, fucking, I have no cartilage in pretty much none of my joints.
Uh-huh.
My knees, my ankles, it's all gone. Like, it's all gone. You know what I mean? Like, my back, fuck, man. I describe my back as what helps it. Imagine a steamroller on your back. Yeah. That's what I need. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Same like I need Superman giving me a massage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same here. My daughter, usually I have her, she's already a little grown. She'll fucking press with her feet on my back. I'm like, just go hard. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And it's because of that. And then it takes me to the second thing. One of your videos, I saw one of your music videos, there's a lot of like prescription drugs. Yeah. And I was telling him about that. I was like, look, like that's probably like my favorite video that you have on. Yeah. Because not only are we vets, and like we were talking in the military, you suck it up. Yeah. You get ibuprofen, that's it. Mm-hmm. And when you get out and you go get seen at the VA, it seems like all they want to do is medicate you. Yeah. Like they have 30 different medications for everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it goes back to everything about how we treat our veterans and the health care that's available and things like that. And it's, I mean, definitely not the best. And I know we were chatting, you were saying you guys are pretty much guinea pigs at sometimes. Yeah. You even had a weird surgery, right?
Yeah. Sorry, just the pill thing right now. That video, I'll go to that real quick to the story, but that video in particular, I do want to talk about that because it's a special video with me. That video and the song, I wrote for one of my Marines, who's one of the 22 who killed himself, unfortunately. So I don't know if you know that. If you know this, but 22 veterans kill themselves every day. So only 2 hours a day we're kill free, I guess. But I think the number went down. I heard we're at 21 now. So I don't know if that's true, but I heard it went down. Either way, it's still one too many as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies, his name was Eric Wilson. The reason I use his name is because you can see him in the video. That's the picture of the guy I'm looking at in there. It's a real Marine. It was,
the one in the camis, right?
yeah, one in the camis. Yeah,
Okay.
he was a real Marine. That dude was probably the poster child of what a Marine looked like. You know
Should
what I'm
be.
saying? Dude, funny.
He's the Captain
strong.
America.
Oh God, yeah. Funny, good-looking cat. I mean, dude was from Missouri, so fucking shitty state. Which, by the way, fuck Missouri. Yeah, it's a miserable state. Sorry, Missouri. Fucking weather sucks.
South Carolina for me. Fuck South Carolina. Well, North Carolina.
Whatever.
The Carolinas.
I don't hate on those as much as I do Missouri. Not because of that's where he's from. Just Fort Leonard Wood. If you ever go to Roberts in fucking Missouri,
Humid as
St. Rod, whatever the fuck that, right outside of Fort Leonard Wood, that city. Fuck that city. Fuck those cops there. By the way, I'll put that out there. Just them. Oh, and the UV lad cops from Texas. Fuck those guys too, because bunch of pussies.
Uvalde?
Yeah, those cocksuckers.
Fuck those
You know,
fools.
yeah, those guys can eat a bag of dicks. You heard that they're threatening one of the moms?
Yeah.
They're also. Did you guys see that they hired like some nonprofit biker
Yeah.
group to kind of keep all the reporters out?
No, I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
it's-
Really?
I know
yeah.
they're threatening the mom.
Yeah, they
So,
threatened the mom and-
yeah, any law enforcement or people that threaten a parent for defending their child is a piece of shit in my book.
Yeah.
Just because you guys are pussies and you're using your badges and your guns to threaten people, that's cool, man.
it's abuse of power.
That's very Nazi of you. Just saying. That's exactly what the
Fascist.
Nazis did. That's fascism. If that's what we've come to now, then unfortunately, that's where I draw the line personally.
And I know
Yeah.
we're getting a little off topic, but man, right now that you mentioned that, I feel like we're like at that borderline where it's like democracy, fascism. A lot of what people are pushing now is kind of
It's very fascist.
Yeah.
And I
on
that's-
both sides.
Well, that's where I draw the line personally. Is I've always said I enlisted for the military, one, because I was bored. Not gonna lie, I really was bored and I
You
wanted
wanted
a
to kill
challenge.
dragons.
I wanted a challenge. I wanted to slay dragons. You know what I'm saying? So I joined the Marine Corps because I knew we were the best of the best, and I figured if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right, and I did it. I've tried to stay out of politics as much as possible. Really do, because as far as I'm concerned, if y'all, I did my civic duty, the rest is on y'all. Where I draw the line is fascism, because that it goes against literally everything that I enlisted to defend.
That's the same thing I told him.
I don't care if you're left or right, green, fucking blue, whatever the fuck you want, orange, whatever. Hey, you know, I know everything. You know, I'm just saying I'm the expert of all of this shit. I don't give a fuck what you subscribe to or describe yourself as. When you start implementing fascism into things, that's where I personally will say, fuck you, not going to happen. I'm sorry. This is America. You want that, you can go somewhere else where that's acceptable. It doesn't work. Don't like it. I don't care about your feelings. Fuck your feelings, by the way, too. Just putting that out there. If you think that your feelings are going to make me want to... I'm a comedian, and I go by the name of Dick. Think about that for a second. What am I going to do to your feelings? I'm going to fuck them. So...
So yeah, man, sorry about your video, man.
No, but yeah, sorry. Anyway, I had to get that out. No, but the video, so that video, all those pill bottles were mine, by the way.
Oh, really?
Those are real pill bottles. So, not a joke. Those are real pill bottles. Every single one you saw was one of mine.
I wish you could see my cabinet.
I could show you my
Well, I
cabinet.
seen your little baggie.
Oh, dude, I could show you my cabinet. I bet we could, like, compete on cabinets. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I'm on a lot. I've been on a lot. I've cut down the amount of medications I'm on now. Whether that's a good or bad thing, still trying to figure that
I don't
out.
like them, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't like meds, but I've gotten to the point where I know, and again, this is where I had to let my pride go, that I need them to function. Whether I want them is irrelevant.
Gotcha.
Because I've been on it for so long that my brain chemistry can no longer function naturally because I've done too much damage to it. And that's what happens when you take medication for too long. No matter how much you want it to go back to the way it was when you were 20 or 21, you're not 20 or 21 anymore. Your chemistry doesn't work that way anymore because you've pumped so much chemicals into yourself that now it's been altered forever, permanently. So unfortunately, it might sound like a crutch, but the truth of the matter is, those of us that have been on medication for a substantial amount of time, we need that medication. Now, whether we have to keep staying in the effectiveness levels of that, we can argue semantics, but what you can't argue is facts. The fact is, we need that shit.
Don't worry about the Nazi.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, Hail Hitler, what's going on over here?
No, he's just keeping track of time.
All right, cool, no worries. But yeah, so no, but that's what that video was. It was just one of those where it was very personal to me.
Now, did your friend OD?
No, he. The reason why I did it that way is because it was because of the prescription pills he was prescribed that drove him to his suicide.
Gotcha.
Where he shot himself with a firearm. Unfortunately, he was a young kid. He was 19.
Wow.
You know, and that one hurts probably one of the most of all the Marines I've lost. That one hurts a lot. Him, because he was like, I talked to him like 2 weeks before he died, and I knew he wasn't in a good place. I didn't know he was that bad. You know, and it's the one that eats at you.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I made that video to him, because one, he loved that type of music. That was kind of his bread and butter of things. And two, his death till this day still affects me. You know, and it's one of those where I did this as a tribute to his family and to him. His sister saw the video; she loved it. A lot of his friends saw the video, and that was just my way of my tribute to him. You know, so that's why that video means a lot to me. But then, you know, you got the other videos that I've done and the other music I've done. I don't know. Music, I love music. I do. I miss it. That's probably it's always going to be my first love, even over comedy.
Gotcha.
Can I ask you something about that now that you're getting into that?
Yeah.
Do you think, because of your experiences, is that why you made a transition to comedy? To kind of vent in a way, I guess you want to say?
That's part of it. The other part is why I stopped doing music. Well, why I left doing bands and things like that. Because even though I still deal with personalities in music and divas, and trust me, there's a lot of personalities, a lot of stupid shit I deal with in comedy. And it's the same that you do in music. The difference is I don't have to wait on anybody and I don't have to do what I want to do in comedy. Comedy is just me on stage. And I go at the speed I want to. I book myself the way I want to. I can go wherever the hell I want to. And I don't have to wait and check in on other guys. I can just call up friends, be like, hey, you free this time? You want to hit up these spots, blah, 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 this time? Or vice versa. Yeah, and I can do it. And I don't have to hit up anybody else. I don't have to pack up equipment. I'm doing none of that bullshit. You know, I mean, I produce my own shows. So I have my own equipment, but it's just me. And that's what I love, the freedom that comedy gives me that I didn't have in music.
You have more control.
Yes, and in music, everybody wants to... I've learned, because of the egos, you have to keep it as a democracy. So let's say the four of us were in a band. Everybody has an equal say, and there's no leader and all that. Every band wanted it that way, and I've learned that doesn't fucking work.
No, you also have to have a leader.
There needs to be a leader. And whether you want it or not, somebody has to take fucking charge. But then you have egos. Though someone will be like, no, I don't want to do. Why should I listen to you? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why. And if you don't like it, then get the fuck out. Well, then I'm not doing this, and that's the end of the band. See what I'm saying? And now all the work that we put into it is fucking dead because you're being a bitch. And that happened every fucking time. Every time. Our last man, it was the drummer. It's always the goddamn drummer. I swear to fucking God. Something about fucking drummers. Man, I love them, but they're pieces of shit as far as like their fucking their social skills are concerned. And that's one of the things that I hate about entertainers in general is because they've been doing it for X amount of years, there's a certain pride that goes to it.
Entitlement.
And yeah, entitlement. And again, fuck pride.
And do you encounter that a lot in comedy?
Yeah. Even in comedy I do, but I'm one of these people where I don't cater to your pride.
Gotcha.
I won't. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if I'm a fan of yours, cool, but I'm still not going to suck your dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to fucking happen. Especially if you're disrespectful to me, you can go fuck off. I have no problem telling you to your face, yo, try that shit again, dog. See if I don't slap the shit out of you. You know, like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, what are you going to do, sue me? Bitch, I got no money. Fuck you. All the money's in my pocket. You want it? Here you go. It's not even enough to get you a tank of gas. Go fuck off. You know what I'm saying? But It's just one of those for me where I tell people, like, but you have to learn how to play the game, too. And I'm good at playing the game. I can say what I want to say without having to say that and still get my point across. I could just say, like, hey, man, I didn't appreciate the way you spoke, the way you acted and whatnot. And if you try that again, I'm going to be honest, you're not going to get a peaceful response from me. So let's not go there. Remember, dog, I'm a Marine. I'm kind of fucked up in the head. And not just that, but I'm a Marine from East LA, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's like the worst. You know, I'm like if you broke us up by divisions, I'm like the Cholo squad. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't fuck with us like that, dog. You know? So, so it's just one of those where, and then I usually make them laugh like that, but it's also like, I'm being fucking serious. You put them on notice. Yeah, I'm being fucking serious because I will choke you out and then, make a sex tape with your girl and put it on OnlyFans. Don't worry, we'll split the proceeds. Not with you, but with her, but I'll make you watch. So it's just one of those where and it's not, again, it's not pride, it's confidence. Yeah. You can be confident and meet somebody, but you don't have to put them down. There's no reason to. Yeah. Just because you've been doing this 5 days or 5 years or 15 years or 25 years, who gives a fuck? What matters is, are you funny? Are you cool? And do you put in the work? That goes across entertainment in general. Gotcha. Whether that be podcasting, whether that be fucking comedy, acting, music, you name it. If you could be those things, you will make it far. Dope. You know what I'm saying? And that's I think for me, comedy, that's why I love comedy, because it allows me, like I said, gives me the freedom to say what I want, and I can say it any way I want, as long as it's funny. Like, half the time I'm talking shit to the crowd, and they love it. Like, even if the joke doesn't work, I'll be like, fuck you, that was funny. And then, like, see, I made her pee right now, too, so.
Is the climate changing for you guys? Like, when you go to audiences now, we know with everything that's going on.
You would think. And what I'm starting to realize is this. It's not the audiences that are changing. It's the comics that are changing.
They're adapting to that way.
Yes, because it's weird. I have, in the 4 years I've been doing comedy, and I've been in entertainment for over 25 at this point, but in the 4 years I've been doing comedy, I've had more comics get offended by things I've said versus fans.
What's usually, that's how it is, right? In most,
but think about what he's saying.
But in most professions, remember, the hate comes from your peers, the people that are around you.
Right. But with comedians, typically the hate isn't, at least back in the day from what I understood, the hate more was because of ego clashes, or it was because of somebody stole somebody's joke, or, it was some type of there was just cocaine addicts and they just passed out, drug-induced things. There was usually stuff like that, but very rarely have I seen it. And I think it's because, and it's kind of the same thing that's happened to the military, where now you're getting these pussified individuals that are coming in that are letting their feelings dictate versus logic. Versus what's actually happening, versus why we got into comedy in the first place. Comedy is about the First Amendment. Comedy is about being able to go up there and say, I should be able to talk about rape on stage as long as it's funny. People are like, is there a good rape joke? I don't fucking know. I think I have some pretty good ones. Every time I've done it, I've just gotten laughs. Has it been weird? Yes, it has. And I acknowledge it's going to get fucking weird. But hear me out, cocksuckers. You know, and notice I said that talking about a rape joke, you know, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But, and then I acknowledge the elephant and I go into my joke. And then at the end of the joke, people are like, oh my God, he's fucking right. And they're laughing. But yet I've had comics come up to me and be like, you shouldn't joke about that. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, why? Did I offend you? Did daddy touch you too much as a kid? That's not my fault.
Yeah.
If you went through something like that, I'm sorry that you haven't done the therapy on it. Maybe you should find out why I'm doing that joke myself. Maybe I've done the therapy. You ever thought about that? This is why I can joke about my things?
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't tell a survivor how to vent and to get past what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you to judge me on that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but once again, we had this conversation last time. When we don't understand or we don't know the person, we get defensive. And we put our feelings ahead of someone else's.
Which is why, and I've had these conversations with comics, and then I'll tell them, be like, hey, you know what? You need to go talk to your therapist or somebody about this. And I'm not going to stop using that joke, by the way, so you just don't come see me. I'll just be honest with you. Maybe we shouldn't do shows together. If you find I'm on a card with you, maybe leave during my set or don't do the fucking show. But I'm going to do it. And if I see you, I'm going to do that joke just to fucking fuck with you. I will. I'm a dick. Guess what? I like making bitches come. You know what I mean? So I'm going to hit the clit. You know, it's going to happen. If I know that that's your sensitive spot, I'm going for it. Mira. You know, what's up? So it's one of those where, and I'm not trying to be, again, I'm not trying to be malicious about this either. I don't like when people try, and I do believe that people need to accept the consequences for what they do and say. And I'm more than willing to accept the consequences for what I do and say. However, and you have every right to tell me how you feel, just like I have every right to tell you how I feel, and I'm going to tell you to fuck off. That's within my rights too. You could tell me the same, and guess what?
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm not here to make friends with everybody. I'm not here to be everybody's favorite comic. Matter of fact, I know that.
Yeah.
My style of comedy, my personality, you either like me or you don't. It's not my, that is what it is.
Yeah.
But hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm actually saying. Give me the opportunity to really listen to me. Get the opportunity to really know me. If you can't call me or text me and tell me why you have a problem with me, then you don't have a fucking problem with me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. If you can't reach out to me personally, then we don't have problems, bro. That's your problem with the image of who you created in your mind of represents me. You got to deal with that motherfucker. I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how am I responsible for that shit? You see how many followers I have on social media? You think I'm responsible for every single one of them? I'm not. You know who I'm responsible?
Yourself?
Myself, the shit I post.
Yeah.
Not for their comments, not for their likes, dislikes, not for the shit they post, not for the shit they say. I'm not responsible for any of that. All I'm responsible for the shit I post and the shit I say and the shit I do.
True.
You don't like it? Unfollow me. It's cool. There'll be somebody else who's going to laugh at my shit. You don't like it, go fuck off. It's fine. Matter of fact, take two of your friends and go fuck yourself. You want to know why you should take two of your friends? Reason why you should take two of your friends. No. Reason why you should take two of your friends. I heard this from one of my chief warrant officers, by the way. He used to tell us this all the time. And one day I asked him, like, sir, why do you keep telling us to take two friends and go fuck yourself? And he's like, well, I'm glad you asked, Salas. Sit down. You know, he was a little Puerto Rican dude. He was an 03. You know, he had to retire. And he sat down. He's like, all right, reason why you should take two friends, Salas, is because you're so fucking stupid. And you need the first friend to help make sure that you actually fuck yourself right. And you need the second friend to supervise that it gets done correctly. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, sir. He's like, now go fight two of your friends and go fuck yourself. And I was like, oh shit, okay. You know, like, so now that's what I've been telling people at comedy shows. Like, if you get offended by what I say, seriously, take two friends and go fuck yourself. People are like, and I explain to them why. I'm like, oh, if you don't have two friends here, let me volunteer too, and you too, help them. You know, and you know, and but yeah, that's you know, it's just comedy should be a place where, look, if you go to a comedy show, if there's comedy happening, and you don't have a good sense of humor, then fucking leave. Yeah, and don't heckle comics. You're gonna lose that.
Yeah.
Don't be that you're not funny. Oh my God, you're not funny. Bitch, do I go to your fucking strip club and say, you're not hot, you're not sexy? You know what I mean? Like, do I go to your McDonald's job and say, you didn't give me my supersized fries? No, leave me the fuck alone. And you fuck up at your job anyways. Yeah. How many times have you gone to a fast food restaurant where they fuck up your order?
Every time.
Right? Bitch, yo, how about you do your job right?
Fucking Jack in the Box forgot my fucking egg roll the other day.
Oh my God.
These motherfuckers.
Bro, don't get me started on fucking Carl's Jr., bro, and then me fucking on my shit, man. Those fucking cocksuckers owe me like $300 fucking dollars at this point for how many times they've gypped me on shit. By the way, Carl's Jr. owe me money.
All right, it's time to move on to our next segment, the No Manches segment.
Cool.
And then we're going to finalize it with
Words of wisdom.
Words of Wisdom.
Cool.
And then you're going to tell us a little bit about, what your upcoming shows and stuff like that.
Perfect.
So the No Manches, did he explain to you what No Manches segment is?
Yes, he sent me stuff. I'm just going to turn on my phone so I can see my shows. 'Cause I don't remember them all.
You want to start the No Manches today?
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. I'm going to say what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Fucking fast food restaurants that forget your fucking food. It happens all the fucking time, dog.
I feel you, man.
And it's like, sometimes it's simple shit. Hey, fool, let me get, it happened at Taco Bell. Let me get 2 regular tacos and nacho fries. All right? 2 regular tacos and nacho fries, dog. I get home because the 2 regular tacos are for my kids. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna eat the nacho fries with my cheese, right?
Hell yeah.
Either they forget the nacho fries or the nacho cheese.
Hey, dog, but at that point, who's responsible for that? You didn't check the bag.
Bro, I mean, there has to be some type of trust.
You
know what I'm
I
saying?
see both sides of this, man. I see both sides,
I'm
man.
supposed to be able to fucking trust. Imagine your weed dealer, right? When you order weed and you order fucking a 20 and you get 10. Are you not supposed to fucking trust your drug dealer, though?
You're still going to smoke it, though, right?
Yeah, but it's not gonna, you're still going to be bitching about the 10 that you didn't get. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's my No Manches.
This shit's getting political, dog.
I feel that.
What's your No Manches?
I could go 2 ways, though. You want me to be like,
whatever way
you want me to
go
go
that's on
political?
you,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I can hit the
Whatever you want,
political
man.
aspect, or I can hit the normal, everyday life.
Well, let's go normal everyday life.
Normal everyday life?
We do political
Yeah,
today.
we did. We went way too political.
All right. So, last time I was talking about the In-N-Outs and the Chick-fil-A's, the drive-thrus, how they take up the damn streets.
Yeah.
Fucking Costco.
The gas
The
station.
gas stations, there. Dang
I knew
it.
this month when he said that. He's talking about the gas station.
Gas station. Dude,
Oh,
I think that shit's even worse. Like, what are you... Seriously, I don't go to Costco gas. What are you guys thinking? If you guys have less than a quarter tank of gas, you guys are waiting 45 minutes in line. What the fuck's going to happen at some point? You know what I mean?
You know what the funny part is, bro? It's literally like cents off. Not like
Yeah, that's what
not
it
like
is.
$2 off.
Yeah.
You're saving 3 cents.
So
So motherfuckers are in line.
So
dog.
someone that does the Costco gas, let me know why you do it. Do you guys have to pay like at the end of the month or something? I don't know. Is there
I think
something
it
that we don't know
comes down
about?
to pride and
I think it's
entitlement.
pride and entitlement at
I
that point. 'cause you're
have
getting
that Costco card and I
gas.
gotta use it.
Yeah,
Dog.
I think that's what it is.
Or it's like this shit must be cracking, so let me get in line.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so that's mine, dog. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Fucking gas prices
Fuck
too.
you, buddy. All right. My No Manches is going to be people who don't use turn signals.
Oh
That
shit, I'm
is-
In
fucking.
cars?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guilty of that
Wait,
shit.
Oh, fuck you.
Switching
then.
lanes
oh,
too and shit.
Oh, my God. I hate all of you.
I use them.
I assume if you don't use a turn signal, my assumption is going to go that you're just an asshole in every other part of your life. If you can't take the time to go click, literally to
Wait.
let people remember this isn't for you.
Let me defend myself real quick. I'm getting defensive already.
Oh God, here we go.
If I'm pulling into somewhere, of course I'm gonna do it. But like if it's just like there's nobody around me, I'm
No,
gonna
but
do
he's
it.
talking about in the streets. Motherfuckers have cut me off
Yes.
and I have no signal. And then
Oh,
they get
you're-
mad because I almost hit them.
Right? Or you're on the freeway, right? Like, for instance, on the way here, I'm on the freeway. I put my turn signal on. There's nobody behind me. Okay, cool. Put my turn signal on. I'm turning slowly into a lane, right? A dude just gets off the on-ramp speeding and sees me, starts honking at me, right? I'm wearing my fake glasses at the time, so he thought I was a bitch because he was talking shit. I took them off. I catch up to him. Motherfucker starts taking like, oh God, he exits. Oh my God, I pissed off a cholo. You know, so understand this. If you don't use your turn signals, you motherfucker, you who don't use your turn signals, you're an asshole. All right, fuck you. I hope that you. I hope you get crabs. All right, hope you get crabs. Nothing crazy, just crabs. It's itchy. You know, it's just itchy. I hope that's why you don't use your turn signals.
I mean, I'm guilty of it, but not to that extent. I hate the people that are.
Wait, you're guilty of craps?
No. Fucking the turn signal shit, like at a stop sign when people, you're waiting for that person to go. You think they're gonna go straight, and they don't have their fucking signal, and they just.
Oh my god.
No, I hate the motherfuckers that turn right, but they go like this.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you need to do this shit?
Hey, dog, they're used to the bumps.
My favorite one is when they stop, like, they're like going down the street. They stop at their destination and they don't use their fucking, their hazards to let you know they stopped. And then you're behind them and you're like, what the fuck? And then they're like, go around. I'm like, bitch, that's what hazards are for. To let me know to go around. Why do I want to hear your stupid ass talking?
Yeah.
Just, oh, shit. Okay, she stopped. Let me go around this kind.
No, but you know what? There's people that I've had my hazards on, and there's motherfuckers are way behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So it goes both ways, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah. Well, those guys are just, again, they're assholes too.
I got my hazards. Yeah, I got my hazards. What the fuck?
It's dumbasses. At that point, dude, most people are dumbasses. So it's okay. I accepted that.
So where's the wisdom? Where's the wisdom is something that we have our guests. You kind of talked about them a little bit earlier, but it's basically what you live by on a daily basis, what you believe in, that you want to tell your fans, our fans, and just anybody out there that you live by off.
I've talked about a lot of it, but I think the biggest ones that I would have to really, because I thought about this when you sent me that, I really took the time to think about it, and I watched some of the others. I didn't want to repeat things. Two things, and I talked about them earlier. One is being able to admit you're wrong. Pride will kill whatever work you've put into things, which brings me to the second one, put in the work. That, I think, is so underrated today. Hard work. Hard work gets you results. Nothing will be given to you in life. Nothing. Matter of fact, nothing should be given to you in life. Not even opportunities. America was originally founded as the land of the free, the home of the brave, and the land of opportunities. But you had to go find them. They were never just handed to you. And if they were, well, you would be ungrateful for them anyways, because you wouldn't know what to do with them because you didn't put in the work for them. You would fuck them up anyways because you don't know how to handle them. Everybody wants to be the star until they realize how much work it takes to not only be the star, but to maintain that star. So it's okay if you want to be a boss. A boss bitch, a boss dude, a boss dick, big dick energy, whatever the fuck it is that people call themselves nowadays. You want to be that, be it, but understand the work it takes to get there. And at the same time, be humble about it. Don't be prideful about it. Be confident, but remember, just take it from a guy who's named Dick. Dicks are typically a lot more often soft than we are hard.
And there you have it. There's the words of wisdom from Dick Salas.
That's right.
Yeah,
Dick Salsa, as you heard in some other podcasts.
Dick salsa. Dick,
You know, it's funny though. Something I want to touch on. Something he said. I have to say something, right? Controversial,
Yeah.
but but realizing, the people that really appreciate this country the most are not really Americans. It's people that come here like immigrants and other things like that because they put in that work.
Agreed.
Like you say. And like you said, some of us are entitled just because we were born here.
And I think what makes it interesting for me is because on one side of my family, I'm first generation. But on the other side of my family, same exact, I'm second. So I'm like that hybrid where I get to see both sides of, I appreciate, and I was born here, but I appreciate the fact that I've had to work for everything. Everything I have, I've worked for. It's never been given to me. I broke my body for this country. Literally. I broke myself. We both have. Yeah. So I think if anyone should have entitlements, fuck you, it's us. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't act that way. Because my dues are paid daily still. You're never done paying dues. Rent's due every goddamn day. On both greatness and mediocrity. You decide who you're paying your bills to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another good right there.
And mind if I talk about my comedy shows?
What comedy shows do you have coming? Anything local?
Yeah, I do actually have local. Wednesday, I'm going to be in Ranch Cucamonga at King's Brewing. If you guys are interested, that's a free show. We actually have a great lineup there. San Bernardino on the 11th at Downtown Bar. If you guys are in Temecula or that area or San Diego,
There's Redlands area.
yeah, I'm gonna be in Shooters Temecula on Tuesday, and then group therapy. I'm there every Tuesday that's in Placentia, North Orange County, by Fullerton, that area. And then I'm gonna be in Vegas a couple times this month, on the 15th, and then on the 24th I'm in Par Hump, Nevada. Rolling Heights on the 25th. Apple Valley on the 26th, and then back in Rancho on the 29th at Kingsbrew again. Plus, there's other shows that always pop up here and there, and then sometimes I jump on stuff like this that I don't talk about. And then we do have there's one more, one more podcast or conversation type thing that we're having with FIF Comedy. Carissa Gomez is going to be leading it. I'm looking at the flyer right now. Sorry. Here it is. If it comes up. There you are. All right. So it's going to be on the 13th at 7 p.m. There's a Zoom link on my story.
That's live?
Check it out. Yeah, it's going to be live. There's going to be a bunch of vets. We're going to be talking. It's a conversation on mental health focusing on veterans. It's a safe space to laugh, learn, cry, and share. Join us in discussion. It's going to be hosted by Carissa Gomez, she's not a veteran, but the other people of us are myself, Dick Salas, Stephanie Michelle, Luis Noriega, Kim Wadsworth, and Gail Oaktree. I'm sorry if I fucked up your name, Gail, your last name. But we're all vets. We're going to be talking about just different stuff. It's going to be a Zoom link show. I think you do have to pay to get in. I'm not sure. I think it's like $10 or something. But I think it's worth it. Personally, cool. I think it's worth it because we're going to be talking about some interesting shit.
Is it just strictly for comedians? Or?
No, it's not. If you're interested, I can see what's up.
Yeah, let me see what's up. It's not on a Monday, is it?
It's on a Monday.
Fuck.
That's the only thing. It is on a Monday. It's Monday the 11th, I think it was.
I got my anger management classes on Monday.
You're in anger management. They tried to put me in that shit. They did. Right? They tried to put me in it. And I remember they're like, yeah, you need to do this anger management stuff. And I was like, okay, so hold on. So let me get this straight. You want to put me in a room with somebody that's going to tell me to calm down and control my anger. Do they have a black belt in jiu-jitsu? I'm just curious. Are they a brown belt? Because if not, I'm going to choke them out. You know, they're going to piss me off more. Fuck you. Fuck you for telling me I have an anger problem. Who the fuck do you think you know? I'm not a clown. I'm here to fucking amuse you.
Yeah, but send me the info if it doesn't conflict with my time.
Yeah, it's at 7. So I don't know.
I should be off by then. I think my shit's only 1 hour. Yeah. Unless the instructor goes over, my shit's at 6.
Oh, dog. Don't you hate it when they do that?
Yeah.
I had to do those stupid classes where, like, you talk about that shit. It's like, I had a 90-minute one. Why this cocksucker decided to talk for another 20 minutes after the 90 minutes? I'm looking at my watch like.
And you can't leave because you don't get credit.
Oh, yeah. And oh, my God, if you leave. Nope. Guess what? And now you're in trouble with the program because you got to pay extra fucking bullshit. Then they're going to charge you. But I was there. Well, he said you weren't, but I have the screenshot. Fuck you. We don't believe you. But they're
Sorry. Woosada.
Right?
So we're in that class to calm down. But anyways, we want to say thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's
Thank
a great
you.
place. So,
Hopefully, you said you're going to be in San Bernardino on the 11th as well, right?
The 11th, I'm downtown bar.
Okay, I live in Redlands.
Oh, hell yeah. And then I know I'm working on there's some other Redlands area-ish stuff that I'll be hitting up soon.
You're also going to be going to Europe, so that's going to be cool too.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually, there's talks about Europe that I'll doing performing out there. Okay. Talks about the New York right now is also on the table. There's Florida. There's
just busy schedule like crazy.
Well, good luck to you, bro. I mean, it seems like you're very busy, and we hope that you just blow up even bigger.
Thank you, guys.
And hopefully, I don't know if you ever want to look into the USO tours. That'll be pretty dope.
You know, people have been telling me about that one. I would love to do a USO tour. I really would. Dude, as a vet, that would mean a lot to me because I'm one of the boys. Yeah. And I get to. I would talk to them like one of the boys. So that's one of the things. If you're gonna book me, understand this. I'm not gonna follow your fucking rules. All right? I'm gonna say fuck. I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna come. You skeet feet all over them because they want that. My name's Dick. Hello. Anyways.
So anyways, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Guys, stay tuned. Episode drops. Well, you won't fucking see this until it drops. But we could catch up. We'll announce a little bit about it.
Sweet.
And if you want to call in, if you have any questions, if you want to let us know any of your words of wisdom, if you want us to say them here out loud, write us, send us a message or whatever. Dick, thank you again.
Hell yeah.
Wish you luck, and hopefully we have you back again.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Sound guy, cut it.